DMX, at a time where being a successful drug dealer or wearing a shiny suit was the standard in the industry, DMX jolted on the scene. I was introduced to DMX like most. The Rough Rider anthem on The Basement with Big Tick. The raw energy with his delivery was unique and destined for greatness. Very few artists could actually create songs like this. A song that could get massive radio airplay but didn't sacrifice his character. The hype that surrounded this was unreal in Maryland. I could only imagine how it was in New York leading up to his debut album, Dark as Hell is Hot. A unique masterpiece that detailed the darkest of existences our community has, adding a much needed element to hip-hop, the desperation that we experience that pushes us to the dark side. Where people glorified street life, DMX offered stories of losing himself, praying for forgiveness, and haunting tales that aren't unique to just New York that people relate to. Very few albums actually live up to the title instant classic, but this one does. An album that stands the test of time, changed the way that music was made, and is amazing in its entirety. The first concert that I've ever gone to was the Cash Money Rough Rider tour. This opened my eyes to the importance of putting on a performance to make an event memorable. I couldn't tell you about anyone else's performance that day, and they were some of my favorite MCs at the time, from the Hot Boys to the Big Timers to you name it, they were there. What I do remember though was DMX's entrance. He entered as only DMX could in a cage that went from beyond the nosebleeds to the stage, doing his signature bark the entire way, which intensified the crowd, leaving a memory that couldn't be matched. I've seen Jay-Z, Jeezy, 3 6 Mafia, Wiz Khalifa, and many more, but none were able to control the audience as DMX was. A man that is every bit as genuine as his lyrics, and sadly these lyrics depict the darkest side of life that people attempt to avoid. I don't know how this situation is going to play out, but I do know how I will forever remember Darkman X. A pioneer never afraid of being himself, a master of his craft, a man of the people, one of the greatest to do it, period.